This documentary is the Tinder Swindler, but there could also be a documentary called The Hood Nigga Swindler, The Jailhouse Boyfriend Swindler, The Pretty Boy Swindler. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you like my content, please make sure you support my channel by hitting subscribe, like, comment, share. Now, in this video, I will be recapping the Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler, about a man who would pursue women online just to con them out of millions of dollars. Now, y'all, okay. This documentary, child, now I want to go make me a documentary. This documentary, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was crazy. Yes, okay, it sounded insane and it sounded juvenile to me for this grown behind woman, Cecilia, to be talking about Beauty and the Beast. I've never seen that movie. I was raised on horror movies, child, not Disney movies. However, I know women like her. I know women like Cecilia. Women who fantasize about marrying literally every guy they date, who dream of a Prince Charming rescuing them. So I can empathize. And I mean, everything this lady said, in my opinion, was just so sad and it broke my heart. And I sat there just thinking, like, as I was watching the documentary, like, man, this is just sad. When Cecilia is like, I think life is about love because the happiest times I have had is when I've been in love. That sounds sad to me. That's freaking depressing because she is looking at love as only being romantic. Like, you mean to tell me the only times in your life where you can recall being the happiest all involved you being in a relationship with a man? Like, how could a woman like this not get manipulated? It's easy to see how someone with this mindset can be easily swindled. And I feel bad. I feel so bad for Cecilia. She did not deserve this. This was a hard, freaking expensive lesson to learn. Money problems, being in debt will freaking wreck your life. Financial problems can put you into a real depression, which happens to Cecilia. This guy who was conning so many women, Simon, look, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but I'm the type of person, I kind of don't really care if you scam the government or the IRS or some multi-million-dollar corporation. Sorry, but I don't. However, scamming people, for me, that's disgusting. That's some low down dirt type of ish. This nigga Simon needs to get his comeuppance for real. And I was watching the documentary just waiting for him to get his comeuppance. Now, Simon conned tons of women all over the world. People really, men and women. But the documentary focuses on three women in particular, Cecilia and Pernilla, and towards the end of the story, we get Eileen. Now, Cecilia tells us that she had been on Tinder for 7 years, y'all. She had 1,024 matches. Child, that ain't dating, that's a career. So she matches with Simon and they meet for coffee at his hotel. Now, right off the bat, I'm side-eyeing Simon. I'm not meeting at your hotel, I don't care. Then I start side-eyeing Simon because at their very first meetup, he tells her how he works for a huge diamond company, how his dad is considered the king of diamonds and he's the prince of diamonds or some ish. Nah, a man who brags about how much money he has is either gaming you or he's a piece of crap man who has to use his money to get women. Girl, you don't want neither one of them kind of men. A man who is really looking for a relationship is not gonna lead with his money because he not gonna want the girl to be with him for that. So if I'm sitting with you on the first meeting and all you talking about is money and what you got in your lifestyle, Now, I am not clear on how long they were chatting before this coffee meetup, but at their very first in-person meeting, he invites her to fly to Bulgaria with him on a private plane. He'll be going on a business trip and he invites her to tag along. Now, child, the young lady is from Norway, and I did read that Norway has a really low crime rate and that Norwegians tend to be very trusting. I don't know how true this is, but that's what I read. Now, as for me, a man who I do not know asked me to get on a plane to fly to Bulgaria, child. I'm thinking sex trafficking. I'm thinking serial killer. I'm thinking psychopath. I'm thinking rapist. The works. But hey, maybe I'm just a jaded American. I don't know, child. But that sounds suspect. I can still remember being embarrassed because I was like 20 years old and some guy took me to get ice cream or some ish. And my mama wrote down the nigga license plate. And she wanted me to give her his cell phone number and call it right then so she could know it was actually his number. Child, that's how my mind is. Like, bruh, I don't know you, my G. I don't even tell men what side of town I live on when I'm first talking to them. Like, I don't. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but my nigga, you don't even need to know what side of town I stay on because I gotta be safe, child. People are crazy and you never know who you're dealing with, especially when it comes to, I don't care if you meet someone on a dating site or on Instagram. Their online life might not be the real deal. Now, as Simon is talking about his lifestyle and traveling and the private jet, child, Cecilia is wide-eyed and amazed and excited. And you know what, though? I'm not even going to judge Cecilia for that. Social media is full of all these images of luxury lifestyles, luxury unboxing, high value men, blah, blah, blah. And a private plane, that sounds nice. That sounds exciting. Okay, I get it. I'm not even going to judge on that one. And hey, the nigga is the one flogging all this stuff. And he flogging it for a reason. She caught the bait. It is what it is. Now, Cecilia has some homegirls and they text her. Well, she texted them first that she packing and she finna go away with Simon. And her friends are like, who is this guy? And you could be kidnapped. Now, the Disney princess say she did not even think of that. Really, girl? You know what, y'all? When you look at this story, this documentary could have been way more disturbing. For real. Anything could have happened to this lady. She didn't even think of that when her friends say, who is this guy? You could be getting kidnapped. It's disturbing for me to think what could have happened to Cecilia. These niggas could have done anything to her on that plane. He could have had any amount of men waiting for her as soon as she got on there, or as soon as they landed. I'm sorry, that's how my mind thinks. They could have flown her anywhere, taken her anywhere, done anything to this girl, and it would not have been hard to overpower this woman. Child, financial scams is some real ish, and it does real damage to people, but this girl is lucky. For real. She really is. But I'm not going to judge none of it. I'm not. And you know what I was thinking about as I was listening to Cecilia talk? I remember my great grandma used to tell me that God looks out for babies and fools. Have y'all ever heard that? Child, the Lord was looking out for Cecilia. He was. Because anything, child, you flying away with a nigga to Bulgaria. I ain't never heard of Bulgaria, nigga. Look. This could have turned way more left, child. Cecilia gets to the hotel, and as soon as they get in the elevator, Simon makes his move. He kisses her. They end up sleeping together the first night. Whatever. I ain't judging that baby. You grown. Simon gives her some sob story about scars on his back when he was in Africa because he Jewish. And I'm saying, like, nigga, what you getting blood diamonds? Like, what is you doing? And Cecile says he the type of person you want to save. Excuse me, ma'am. Said what now? Child, I do not feel compelled to save a rich person with a private jet. Girl, he good. Now, when his phone starts blowing up, Simon ends up telling her that they're really busy and it is best she just go back home. Girl, he told you this was a business trip. He knew how busy he would be before you came. He brought you there to bust it down, and now he done did that, and you going back home. But I was trying to figure out, did he just take her there a few hours later, send her home? Did she stay till the morning? Look, sorry, girl. They end up messaging and chatting, but he makes the excuse that he really busy traveling for work, so he can't come see her, blah, blah, blah. Finally, he does come to visit her in Oslo, and this is when he tells her that he is serious about her and he wants her to be his girlfriend. I feel like child Cecilia knew that this was all kind of unbelievable, but she wanted it to be real. She wanted it to be a fairy tale. I see women fall for unbelievable-ish every day, bruh. And I think they know in the back of their mind that it's unbelievable, but they hope it's real. Women hold on to hope, child. Women buy the ish niggas be selling every day. Low-grade salesmen, too. So, of course, the women in this documentary gonna fall for Simon Ish because this nigga is a motherfucking professional. Child, Simon reminds me of that movie Catch Me If You Can. This is this nigga's career. Now, this is where Simon's little scam get a little crazy. He tells Cecile that the diamond industry is dangerous business and how he has security threats, bullets being mailed to him, a break-in at his apartment, how he not safe in London no more. My nigga, the second you start talking to me about some danger type ish, see, I don't play them games. I don't. I'm a punk. I can't fight nobody. Like, bruh, I would be like, oh, nigga, dang, yeah, that's messed up. And whoever listening on the line, I don't know nothing about nothing. Child, I will chuck the deuces so fast that somebody tell me some ish like this. Look, if you tell me that you got beef with the niggas up the block and they trying to fight you, bro, I'm out. I'm not trying to get caught up in nothing. I don't do danger type situations, period. I can't fight no niggas. I can't block no bullets. It ain't nothing I can do to help your situation, my nigga. And if I'm dealing with a foreign nigga, child, I'm thinking about the movie Taken and all the little movies I done seen with these foreign mobsters and ish. Nah, I'm out. Bye, Simon. Like, what did Cecilia think she was really gonna do? How were you gonna help, girl? And really, if the nigga cares about you, he not gonna want to put you in harm's way. Because all this is Simon was talking about, that sound like you putting her in danger. Because if it's like, if the ish that Simon was claiming was real, they would kidnap or kill anybody around you. I've seen enough movies to know Simon. Cecilia says that one of her friends Googled Simon's family name and it said how his family is one of the most powerful families. Now, child, that mean wealthy. Now, I'm gonna give Cecilia a lot of slack because if baby can't figure out the small holes in Simon's story, I can't expect her to figure out the big holes in Simon's story. So Cecilia goes onto Simon's Tinder account to check and see where he was. I guess there's like a location tag or something on your Tinder account that show where he is in the world. Now, first of all, baby, why would you need to check your boyfriend's dating profile in order to find out where your boyfriend is? Then Cecilia says he had changed up his pictures on his profile, which meant he had been active on his profile. Cecilia, why is there even a profile to pull up if this nigga is your boyfriend? When she confronts Simon about this, he tells her that he is not using his Tinder account. He deleted the app from his phone and he deleted his Tinder profile. Well, hun, if he deleted his profile, then how were you able to pull up the profile if it's deleted? If he had not been active, then why are there new pictures? If the profile had been deleted, why did you see new pictures on the deleted profile? Like, it don't make... I have compassion for Cecilia because baby buying ish like this. Like, she buying the simple, dumb lies. So, of course, baby gonna fall for the other ish. I mean, how could she not? Now, after asking her to move in with him, even though he jet setting, and having her apartment hunt with him on FaceTime, or either just not there, my nigga, okay. Yeah, see, I'm not even gonna really get into that. But if a nigga is not there in person to apartment hunt with you, child, that's a problem. If the nigga's so busy on business trips, he can't hardly come visit. How y'all gonna live together? Unless y'all gonna live together on a damn plane, because that's where the niggas seem to stay. Simon sends her a picture in the middle of the night of his bodyguard, Peter, beat up, bloody hair, and all kind of craziness. Apparently, his enemies were going after him, and if it had not been for the bodyguard, Simon would be dead. This is the story he spins for her. Nah, see, for one, who the hell are these enemies? Y'all, when I tell you that itch kept bugging me so badly as I was watching this documentary, y'all, that's just how I am when niggas talk to me. Simon only speaks of nameless, faceless enemies. Who are your enemies? The mob? The cartel? Another jeweler? He was not giving enough information, and I can't stand that when people talk to me. Everything with Simon was extremely vague and no real details. Security threats. But what that mean though? Enemies. But who is that? Also, your boyfriend would not want to scare you like this. These are scare tactics. If your boyfriend actually was attacked, I do not see him sending pictures to scare you in the middle of the motherfucking night. I don't know. I do not know any man who would do something ish like this. I mean, not a man on the up and up, not a man with no scruples, not a man that actually care about you. A man sending you frightening pictures in the middle of the night talking about he could have been dead. That's obviously going to scare your motherfucking girlfriend, child. Simon tells her that he cannot use his credit cards because his enemies are tracking his spending. Can he use her credit card for some time? And he actually said 2 weeks. Can he use her credit card for 2 weeks? Nah. Let's break this story down, okay? Cecilia friends, remember, they Googled Simon's family, and it said that they were one of the most powerful families in the world, and nigga power always mean money, child. His family has unlimited wealth and resources. So Cecilia, baby, wouldn't his family be able to get him an untraceable credit card or a way to pay for things or whatever the hell? But let's take the family out of the equation, okay? Like, forget the powerful family. Forget the wealthy dad. Let's take that out. Simon is supposedly wealthy himself, right? So wouldn't he have cash or access to cash? They're tracking his credit card. Why would Simon have to live on credit cards if he's wealthy? If he does not want anyone to trace his credit card spending, wouldn't he be able to go to the bank and get cash? What about Apple Pay? How that ish work? Like, I feel like a wealthy person got a lot of options that ain't got nothing to do with a credit card. I mean, if somebody tracking your credit card spending, just don't use your credit card, bro. But Simon was talking to Cecilia like credit cards were his only way to live. But baby wasn't catching that. The nigga living off the credit card, but he wealthy. Also, what kind of enemies are these that they are able to track your credit card spending? Nigga, I don't know how to track nobody's credit card spending unless I can log into their credit card account. Also, he said he use her credit card for about 2 weeks. So what's going to change in 2 weeks, Simon? Are your enemies going to be gone in 2 weeks? Like, why did you say 2 weeks? Simon claims there's a diamond deal that he is currently trying to get done that is just so important. But you're already wealthy. So if your life is in danger, why not say F this deal? Or how come somebody else from the company can't do the deal? You the CEO of the company. Can't you delegate, nigga? Child, look. When niggas talk, I break that ish all the way down. And I will ask a million motherfucking questions. If there is a hole to be found in a nigga story, I will find it. And Cecilia, baby, she needed to learn this. One thing I learned from my mom and my aunt Stephanie, if you let people talk enough, they will tell on themselves. And all this nigga Simon do is talk. Simon don't do nothing but talk. That was killing me. Nah, I am not even gonna judge Cecilia for giving a nigga her credit card. I'm not. I got homegirls who I have seen giving niggas money as far back as I can motherfucking remember. New niggas too. Like new boyfriends. I have no idea how people can laugh at these women. Like, this ish is so sad. That's all I could think while I was watching this. Like, baby, you could post so many hoes through this nigga's story. And let's be real, this documentary could be made about a lot of different groups of people. A lot of different groups. Because being manipulated or swindled is not just a matter of common sense. You have rich and educated people getting swindled all the time in like Ponzi schemes and ish. This documentary is the Tinder Swindler, but there could also be a documentary called The Hood Nigga Swindler, The Jailhouse Boyfriend Swindler, The Pretty Boy Swindler. Let's not act like people do not get swindled and manipulated every single day. Men, women, elderly people. Now that be sad, child. Leave them old people alone. That be breaking my heart. Let's not act like men do not get swindled and manipulated by their girlfriends. So I really have no clue why I see people victim blaming these women and laughing at them. Bruh. Old folk, rich people, a lot of people getting swindled. I personally know women who have given their boyfriend their credit card, let their boyfriend drive their car, loan their boyfriend money. I know a girl who went to one of those cash advance places to get her nigga some money because he was in dire straits or some ish. He spent some tail just like Simon Child. It just wasn't this big. Ended up not being able to pay her rent and getting an eviction notice trying to pay back the cash advance loan that the nigga skipped out on. Simon might be on a grand scale, but niggas swindle and manipulate every single day. White women get manipulated and swindled. Black women, like everybody, child. Everybody could be in this documentary. It just have a different name. And I have guy friends who done been manipulated like a mofo by women they date and swindle. And I be sitting there like, okay. This ish is widespread. So why is y'all laughing at these women, child? I don't get it. And let's be clear. Manipulating people does not have to have anything to do with money either. So just because you have not been manipulated out of $20,000, my G, that does not mean that you have not been manipulated. These women were swindled and manipulated. And it's also crazy to me because I see so much just discourse on social media now about mental health. That's like the big conversation all of a sudden, child. But y'all are laughing at and victim blaming women who have been manipulated when, child, what is manipulation? Manipulation is attacking a person's weak spots mentally and emotionally in order to influence them to get what it is that you want from them. I thought y'all was all into mental health, child. Women get manipulated to have sex with men they don't want to have sex with, child. Like they do. Like, since I was a teenager through adulthood, do you know how many women and girls I have heard say they ain't want to have sex with somebody? They said no, but then the nigga talked her into doing it, so she did, even though she didn't really want to. That's manipulation. Like, anybody could be these women. It might take a different game for you, but women get manipulated to give men money. Women get manipulated to stay with abusers. Women get manipulated to have babies with niggas, to give up their careers, to leave their family, to move to another state. And in no scenario am I blaming the women. And I feel like I could tell from a lot of the comments I have seen about this that a lot of y'all have never dealt with true master manipulators. I mean, like people who is on some diabolical type of itch. But I have. And the itch is like a science. There is no shame in being manipulated because that's the point. That's what manipulation is, bro. Like that's the point. You learn people. You know what game to use on what people, and it is very effective. And manipulation don't have to be on a large scale like Simon. People could sway your decision, your emotions, get you to change your mind, get you to do things that you are uncomfortable doing. And that's all manipulation. And that's what Simon did with these women. He just was able to get real bank out of it. Nah, okay, I'm going off on a tangent. Nah, Simon ends up maxing out Cecilia credit card quicker than a mug. And he ends up asking her to come to Amsterdam and bring him $2,500 in cash. Because he needs cash, so it's untraceable. Because remember, child, he got these enemies. But again, my mind goes to, why can't Simon go to his own bank and withdraw cash? Now, Cecilia don't have money like that. So she goes to get a loan in order to bring him the money. Cecilia says, out of her mouth, my biggest issue was being apart from him. Baby, you just took out a loan in order to give your new wealthy boyfriend money because he is hiding from enemies, powerful ones who tracing his credit card, child. And your biggest issue is being apart from him. Child, how are y'all blaming this lady? When you hear her saying ish like that, she obviously, child, I don't want to be mean. I really don't. Because I feel bad for Cecilia. But she obviously ain't got no damn sense. Y'all, Cecilia is a fool. She acts very unwisely, child. I feel bad for this lady. I mean, yo, were y'all really listening to what this woman was saying in this documentary? The nigga done maxed out her credit card. She done got a loan in order to give the nigga money. And she says that her biggest issue was being apart from the nigga. That is not a mentally sound person, y'all. Like, it ain't. How could she not get swindled? Po baby. That's all I could think, y'all. Po baby. After being there for just a little, the security guy, Peter, calls and says, there's been a security breach. Again, what does that mean? They know where you are. You're getting on a plane, and I cannot tell you where you're going. Oh, and Simon has this call on speaker as Cecilia, can hear everything. Okay, so let's break this down right here. What is the security breach? First of all, you got these enemies and security threats and security breaches. Okay, so why do you only have one bodyguard, bro? You wealthy and you from a powerful family. Wouldn't you have like a team of bodyguards? And what does security threats mean? What does security breach mean? Like, bro, like I'm gonna need you to break this down when you talking to me. I don't want vague terms. What is one bodyguard supposed to do against your powerful enemies? Then they keep using this language, security threats. I want to know what it means. Cecilia, baby, you got to ask questions, girl. I don't like people talking to me in vague terms. Then also I'm thinking, why the nigga got the phone on speaker? Did Simon answer every single call on speakerphone, or did he do this purposely for this phone call because he wanted you to hear this? I don't know, y'all. That's just how my mind works. I would be sitting there thinking, now hold on now, this nigga ain't never got his phone on speaker. He answered the phone and he walked to the other side of the room. Now why he got the phone on speaker now? Also, why would Peter say you're getting on a plane and I can't tell you where you're going? Okay, so are the enemies listening in on the call? Is that why you can't tell him where he's going? Why can't you tell the person you're paid to protect where it is that they are going? And if these enemies are as powerful as you're making them out to be, can't they access the flight plans? Can't they get access to plane tickets and see the names the tickets are under? Now, once Simon leaves and Cecilia gets home, he calls her and asks her to call the credit card company. She calls and pretends like she's the one traveling around. And as I was watching, I just kept thinking, hold on now, what's going to happen with all this when Simon finally gets arrested because Cecilia is giving him permission to use her credit card. And she's not doing it under distress. She's not being threatened by him. She is willingly allowing him to use her credit card. And y'all, why they kept showing all the incoming calls from Simon saying they were coming from something called WhatsApp? What is that? Is that like the Google phone app thing? Why would your boyfriend be calling you from an app, child? Why he not just calling you from his phone? But anyway, he keeps constantly calling her saying that he needs to limit up on the credit card. I sure would be curious how you living, how you paying employees, how you paying the bodyguard if you got to live off my credit card? Y'all, this was killing me so bad because who lives off their credit card? Who lives off their credit card when you wealthy? The nigga was living off her credit card. He was telling her he will pay the bill. But how? How are you going to pay the bill if you need my card in the first place to fucking live? So, because of Cecilia's income, she cannot get the credit limit raised anymore. So, Simon tells her he can employ her with LLD Diamonds, that he is the CEO, and if anyone asks, she is an employee there. Now, if you the CEO of this huge diamond company and from this wealthy family, wouldn't you have friends in high places? Wouldn't you have rich, powerful friends who you can like get to help with your enemies and your issues right now? Anyway, she sends over her passport and private details. Now, this where I got a little confused. Cecilia says she got employment checks for about $94,000 a month. Now, I thought Simon was actually getting her paychecks for that amount that baby was cashing. But I think he was only giving her paycheck stubs. Child, the risk too high and the reward is too low for some ish like this. I could see if she was actually getting these paychecks and she could cash them. Yeah, that's fraudulent. But child, what she doing is already fraudulent. But at least this way you would get some out of it. But if she was getting the paychecks, you know, like she would at least be able to pay her bills. She risking you taking all the risk and you not getting no reward. And the reward being you get Simon Child ain't enough. Girl, you taking all the risk, but you not even the one living a high life. I was thinking she was actually getting the paychecks to cash. So once she sends in these pay stubs, of course they raise the credit limit. Now, let's break this ish down a bit. If Simon is the CEO, how come he didn't go to payroll and get you an actual paycheck that you could cash? That's number one. Since he just got you pay stubs, that means they are not real. These are fake documents that this nigga was so good at, the credit card company believed them. That would get me thinking, this nigga scams. Do Cecilia not know about the hood nigga scammers? What regular person would know how to create fake documents like this? I don't know how to do no ish like that. Also, what CEO does any legwork themselves like this? Did Simon create this fake pay stub? Did he go to HR and ask them to create a fake pay stub? Like, I just need to ask questions because it's not adding up. Because why would they do this ish? Also, at this point, I would be thinking, am I committing a crime? Like, y'all, is this a crime? Why would your boyfriend push you to do some ish like this if he on the up and up? Simon tells her this is all being done because of the security issues. But you flying around supposedly doing business, how is that not a risk to your security? So you can do business, but you can't spend your own money. Like, huh? Like, nigga, I'm confused. You have to explain this to me. And he told her to private her Instagram because the enemies could get him through her. Hold on now. So that means they know who she is, right? They know her name. So how come they not tracking the credit card he using that's in her name if they know who she is and she got to private her Instagram? So Simon tells her he has wired her $250,000, which is more than enough to pay the credit card. But I mean, girl, if he can't create fake pay stubs, he can create a fake bank wire receipt. Also, how is it that he can wire you money from his bank, but he cannot use that same money in his bank account instead of using your credit card? It's just crazy to me how Simon can deem certain things a security threat, but not others. Like, nigga, at least be consistent, bro. It's a security threat for him to go to Oslo and see Cecilia and her family, but it isn't a security threat for him to travel to all these other places for business. What make Oslo different, my nigga? Simon tells her he needs money for his team. And they are traveling business class and having expensive dinners with clients. Okay, now, child. I ain't no CEO. I don't know no CEOs. But wouldn't you pay your employees, your team, with a business account, not your personal account? Wouldn't dinners with business clients come from a business account? Like, I'm starting to get real confused about this ish. I ain't never been no CEO, but the ish don't sound right to me. Also, it's a security threat to come see my family, but it's not a security threat to meet with business clients. And paying your team, like if you have a business, don't you pay people from a certain business account for payroll? Your enemies can't track you through your business clients. Simon maxes out the credit card yet again. Child, I lost track of how many times the nigga maxed out the dang credit card. So he tells her to take out more loans. Okay, so let's say all this is true, right? Bruh, you wealthy. And you come from a wealthy family. Why can't you pay me the money instead of me getting a loan? When you get a loan, that means you got nobody to get that money from. I mean, you wired $250,000 from your bank, Simon, didn't you? So why am I having to get loans? Why can't your bodyguard go take out a loan for you then? Or your business partner? Or any of your rich family members? Or your rich and powerful friends when you the CEO and the diamond princess. Oh, my bad, that's Trina. You the prince of diamonds. And see, he fake wired her the money and she thinks the money, I don't know, in transit or something ish. So she keep giving him money. I was real confused with the timeline on when he said he sent $250 and she's still giving him money. I don't know, y'all. A wealthy man from a wealthy family is not going to tell you to take out loans, child. And every 2 to 3 days, the nigga is calling her with another request. Telling her his life in danger. And if he can't use the card, it'll put him in danger. He in jeopardy. For real? So if the nigga can't wine and dine clients at expensive restaurants, he gonna die? His life in danger? If the nigga can't get on a private jet and catch a flight, he gonna die? If the nigga ain't in a 5-star hotel, he gonna die? And if it is that dire, nigga, is your powerful family gonna just let you die? Now, in the midst of this, the money he promised her apparently did not come. And like I said, I'm confused on the timeline. It take money that long to get to your account? And at this point, baby done took out about $250,000 worth of loans. Now, child, I don't know how y'all living, but to me, that sounds like an astronomical amount of money to owe. What most folks make? About $40,000 a year? $30,000? $250,000 you owe? Child, the devil is a lie. Now, finally, Cecilia starts getting fed up and annoyed. So Simon tells her to come to Amsterdam and he will give her a check. Hold on now, bro. Why do I need to fly to you to get a check? You ain't have to fly to me to get no money. I just was giving you the money. Why can't you wire the money? And I really wanted to know who paid for the flight for her to get to Amsterdam. But I'm pretty sure baby paid for her own flight. And if the nigga could write a check, then why does he need your credit card? In order to write a check, don't you need money in the account? Am I missing something? Why can't he withdraw cash from the account instead of using her credit card if he could write a check? Now, I don't deal with big money like this, but I mean, come on now. And I feel like I don't want no damn check because if I get home and that mug bounce, I'm fighting somebody. I want something in my hands, nigga. Give me cash. Let's go to the bank and you withdraw the cash and pay me. I need something tangible in my motherfucking hands. And I was kind of confused. She gave him her credit card, which she raised the credit limit on, and she kept getting loans. I wasn't clear on what she was using the loan money for. Was it to pay off the credit card bill so he could keep using it? Or was she giving him the money from the loans as well as him using the credit card? I wasn't clear on that. So once she gets there, she says that Simon's entire demeanor and personality has changed. I believe that. He was cold and wasn't as affectionate. He gives her the check. She gets home and immediately deposits the check into her account. Why you trust this piece of paper, child? I don't know. If the nigga is creating fake pay stubs, he can create a fake motherfucking check. So 4 days pass and still no money. So she calls the bank. Now, I didn't understand this. The bank tells her they will not cash the check, right? But they won't tell her why they not cashing the check. I didn't understand that. Child, tell me the check is fraudulent, or tell me that the account associated with the check ain't got no funds. But why couldn't they tell her why they were not cashing the check? I didn't get that. I don't know, man. Tell me something. Like, why couldn't... I don't know. I didn't get that. So, Cecilia calls Simon, and this nigga got the nerve to be like, F you, I gave you the money. I did my deal. Nigga, you gave her a piece of motherfucking paper. You ain't give her no money? I'm just saying, like, this nigga is so heartless and ruthless. So, she calls Amex, and they tell her they are coming to her, which I thought was crazy. The credit card people come to you? Okay. So when they get there, she tells them pretty much everything and is scared that they're going to take her away for the lies that she told the credit card company and the fake documents that she sent in. Because remember, baby did all that of her own free will. She shows them Simon's picture and tells them his name, right? Now, they end up telling her this is what Simon does for a living and that he pretty much faked everything. Now, this is sounding to me like this the FBI or some ish that's sitting at her house, not the credit card company. Y'all, what am I missing? But I felt sorry for her, y'all. For real. My heart was hurting for little baby. Poor little Tink Tink. She talked about how even after hearing all this, she was still in love with him. But when she said, I don't know how anyone can be so evil, I thought he knew me. Y'all, oh, that hurt my heart for her. And I actually kind of agree with her. Like, okay, hurting somebody or stealing from somebody that you don't know, yeah, that's wrong. Like, I feel like being a thief is like the lowest of the low. Don't steal from people, my nigga. But stealing from people that you don't know, I can kind of rationalize more than stealing from people that you do know. Like, how you scam and steal from people that you know? Bruh, you know this girl is nice and naive and sweet and doing nothing but giving to you. Because, child, a real gold digger would have dipped the second the nigga asked for some money. Yeah. Cecilia had stars in her eyes when it came to his lifestyle. But she genuinely cared about him and opened up to him and really did fall for him. Like, how can you have somebody share all this intimate stuff with you and you just don't give a ish about them? I don't know. That's some sociopath type ish. And there's a form of manipulation called love bombing. It is an extremely effective tactic. It's pretty much something done at the beginning of a relationship where you pretty much just bomb the person with tons of over-the-top attention, tons of over-the-top affection. The person will be very attentive, very caring, etc. And it actually becomes a cycle of abuse. You love bomb somebody, then you neglect or hurt them or abuse them. Then you love bomb them again, then you hurt, neglect, abuse, then you love bomb, etc., etc., etc. It's a cycle. The issue is sociological. And I guess because I have dealt with people like this in real life, I can be way more empathetic about people who fall victim to this stuff. Simon, he really ran a game on Lil Baby. Love bombing is very effective used by abusers. So Cecilia goes back home to her mother in Norway. She blocks Simon, but then he calls her mother's home and leaves a voicemail. Y'all, Simon motherfucking crazy. He left a voicemail talking about, you blocked me. I don't know why. I don't know the reason. I just want to give you some advice. Just watch out because every action has a reaction. Simon is batshit crazy. Why would you say you don't know the reason she blocked you? You don't know the reason baby blocked you? And you out here motherfucking conning people ain't got the nerve to say every action has a react. See, I get fired up when Simon was talking because it give me flashbacks to people I know in real motherfucking life. This nigga is sick. For real. Turns out there were like 9 different banks that Cecilia got loans from. Creditors are contacting her and she ends up feeling like she was drowning and she contemplated suicide. And she ended up checking herself into a psychiatric ward because she really didn't know what else to do. I feel like this was probably accumulation of her relationship with Simon ending, finding out that it was all a lie, because it ain't just end, it was all a lie, and realizing he was not in love with her, and it was the debt and the creditors. Like, this is serious-ish. I always say don't play with people's emotions because it's dangerous. People freaking spiral for real when relationships end. Now, Cecilia ends up wondering if all the people around Simon were also in on the con, which, child, I wouldn't even have to wonder. There was a woman with a child, and Cecilia was told that the child was his, and the woman was the mother of his child, Peter the bodyguard, etc. So she contacts Amex, and they give her a name, which she Googles, and that leads her to an article about an Israeli man who conned 3 women in 2013. Now, when Cecilia puts 2 and 2 together, she realizes he was using her money on other women, and it means that he was using another woman's money on Cecilia when he was whining, dying, flying her out. And she ends up feeling bad about it, but really, I feel like that's not on her. When a man take you out and spend money on you, unless you doing, I don't know, forensic accounting on the nigga funds and finances, you have no idea where he getting the money from that he's spending on you to take you out or whatever. So I feel like that's not on Cecilia, that's on Simon. Now, after reading about how he defrauded these women, Cecilia starts thinking, who is going to stop him? And that's when she comes to the conclusion that she has to stop him. So she ends up taking her story to a newspaper in Norway. But y'all, I'm sorry. When a journalist said this was an unbelievable story, I was like, it don't sound unbelievable to me, bro. This just sounds like scamming and manipulation that I done seen since I was a motherfucking child. Really? I mean, this just hood nigga scamming on a larger scale. And just like more suave, I guess, because the nigga, was in his fly suits. So they start talking about how Simon uses an emotional con, that the very first request for money came after 1 month of dating. And y'all, that's not unbelievable to me. My homegirls give niggas money that quick. I done seen it happen in real life. The ish ain't unbelievable. But they talk about how the con of him showing her this lavish lifestyle pushes her to believe he will pay her back. She believes he's wealthy, so she has good reason to believe that she will get her money back. Now, the first article did not print the victims' names, so the journalists end up contacting the authorities to get the names. And they asked Cecilia if she recognizes any of the women. And child, the baby mama was in the trial 3 years prior. You cannot tell me baby mama was not in on the scamming. But I think everybody around here was in on the scam. I wouldn't even need to ask that. Yeah, they in on it. Baby mama was a part of conning Cecilia because she was singing Simon praises to the old girl. That story about how good of a father he was and how he take care of her and the child, even though they're not still, together. Child, that was part of the con. So they end up tracking down Simon's real identity back to his mother's house in Israel. And the authorities tell them that Simon has been committing frauds since the nigga was in his late teens. Like I said, this some catch me if you can type ish. This nigga forged a dang passport to leave the country. This nigga good, man. How the heck you know how to forge a damn passport and make it through security? I would have no clue how to do some ish like that. Now, looking through the credit card statements, the journalists try to track down Simon. And they see the names of flights that were booked, right, with the credit card. And they see a woman named Pernilla. Now, y'all, this was tripping me out. So the nigga using your credit card and you weren't even, checking the transactions, child? You would have been seeing he was booking flights for other women, girl. The second woman we meet that Simon swindled is Pernilla. Now, the con here was the same but different. He did meet Pernilla on Tinder and used the same rules of flying her out on the first date, etc. However, Pernilla felt more of a friendship vibe from Simon when he made his move. So Simon did not use the romantic relationship angle for this con, but they still talked all the time and built a bond as friends. And what was killing me was that while Simon was getting Cecilia to get loans and claiming to be doing business, the nigga was paying for him, his girlfriend, Pernilla, and her friends on a trip to Greece, child. But I don't understand why Cecilia did not see these charges on the credit card. This nigga got a $5,000 a night suite and paid for a table at some club where you have to book a $2,000 table. What this got to do with business and your life being in danger? My nigga, what does any of this have to do with business? What was baby not looking? She wasn't looking at the credit card statements. Y'all, can you get room charges if the card is in your name? Because I would have tried to figure all that ish out. If my name on the card, nigga, I'm calling the hotel and I'm asking them to email me a receipt. I want to know about the room service that was ordered. If this nigga was ordering room service for him and another woman, child, I would have found all that ish out. Nah. After they have their little fun trip in Greece, Pernilla, Simon, and his girl continued the vacation in Rome, all on Cecilia dime. And Pernilla talks about how Simon was footing the bill for everything. Well, child, Cecilia was footing the bill for everything. But then this nigga sends her the same exact picture of Peter that he sent Cecilia. Simon starts talking to Pernilla about how he in danger. Child, y'all know the game. Simon asked Pernilla to borrow $30,000 and he's embarrassed to even ask. Child, my nigga, you ain't got no rich friends. You ain't got no rich family that ain't in jail, because at this point, he told her that his family in the diamond business had all been arrested and accounts had been frozen. But bruh, if you're not the one arrested, why is your account frozen? Pernilla was living with her mama, saving up to buy her own place. Now, she ends up giving him the money that she had in her savings. Now, y'all, Pernilla says she made a bank transfer to send Simon the money. Now, hold on now, girl. If his account is frozen by the police, how are you able to send a bank transfer? He ends up asking to borrow $10,000 more, even though he had not paid her back the first loan yet. Now, I am really confused why she sent the second $10,000. You don't loan out more money to a person who has not paid you back yet from the first money you loaned. But y'all, really though, even this is still not unbelievable. I used to have a coworker who would ask different people to borrow money so they could get lunch, right? And would swear they would pay it back once payday came. Child, payday would come around and they would have some excuse why they could not pay it. And I swear, my nigga, they would just be like, I don't know, they come up with something. And they would still have people letting them borrow money to get lunch. I would be sitting there like, my nigga, y'all know they ain't paid back the last 5 people who let them borrow money. And this person will borrow from the same people. So yeah, it wasn't $20,000. It was like $5, $10 here and there. But man, people swindle people all the time. And people fall for it all the time. It's just not on this large of a scale. People be loaning money to the same person that ain't paid them back the money they already loaned them. Now, Simon ends up sending Pernilla a bank receipt that shows he sent her $100,000, which was more than he had borrowed. Okay, so is the bank account no longer frozen? Because the nigga said the bank account was frozen. Am I being slow on how this works? If your account is frozen, how are you receiving and sending bank transfers, child? Now, once the money does not arrive, Simon tells Pernilla the bank needs him there in person with his lawyer. Hold on now. Hold on now, my nigga. So how did you have a receipt if the bank could not do it without you in person? Doesn't a receipt mean it is done? Or am I getting that wrong? So Pernilla pays for his flight on her credit card. Hold on now, child. Hold on now. Okay, you got $100,000 to give this woman, but you ain't got enough money to pay for your own motherfucking flight. This is giving me a headache. You got enough money to pay for the lawyer who gonna show up to the bank, but you ain't got enough money for the flight. Nigga, how are you paying the lawyer? Now, he ends up telling her the money has been sent. And in her words, she helps him with another flight, and another flight, and another flight. My nigga, he got $100,000 to send you, but he can't book no flights. Lord Jesus, I'm trying so hard to give these women as much motherfucking leeway as I possibly can. Child, how long does a bank transfer take? Of course, child, the money never comes. So he tells her they put a hold on his account. Hold on now, bruh. When did they put the hold on your account? Was it before or after they froze your account? When did they unfreeze your account? When did they put the hold on the account? Because you told her you went to the bank in person with the lawyer and that the funds had been sent. Yo, why do you need a lawyer with you at the bank to transfer money? When I see people on TV paying kidnappers and ish, pulling out big money from the bank, they don't have no lawyer with them. And why does it take weeks and days for these wire transfers to go through? Me and my mama transfer money to each other's bank account all the time, and that ish be there immediately. Y'all, what am I missing? I don't deal with big money, so do that take longer? Like, I don't understand. Nah, Simon tells Pernilla he will book her a flight and she can come get one of his watches, which is worth $100,000. Hold on now, bro. So you couldn't book the last 50 flights she booked for you, but now you can book her flight even though your accounts are frozen? And if you got a watch that is worth $100,000, why didn't you use the watch and pawn that instead of asking her for money? Child. And how the account on hold when you went to the bank and told her the money had been sent? Y'all, it made my head hurt. Now, at this point, the journalist sends Pernilla a message on Facebook, pretty much telling her the full deal with Simon conning women. And she forwarded the message to Simon. I ain't get that. This should have been so easy to believe considering how much he keeps giving you the runaround with the money he owes you, girl. So the journalist calls her and meets with her. Pernilla felt like Simon was a real friend and she loved him. So even though this was not a romantic relationship type of con like Cecilia, it was still an emotional con and emotional manipulation. They end up following her to go meet Simon to get the watch. They want to get pictures of him, but they do not want him to know that they are there taking pictures or that Pernilla is in on helping them. So Simon takes Pernilla to dinner with him and his business partner. He tells her he's sorry and he gives her the watch. Now, child, why you couldn't borrow money from the motherfucking business partner? Why the business partner couldn't book the motherfucking flight? But I was excited while I was watching. I was happy because I was like, okay, at least she gonna get the watch. At least she does not have to walk away with nothing at all. But y'all, old girl takes the watch to the pawn shop and finds out that mug is fake. Nigga, all this money you scamming and you ain't got a real watch. Y'all, he is really out of his damn mind. Why fly her all the way out there just to give her a fake watch? I mean, she gonna find out the watch is fake. Why go through all this? So she ends up calling him with the journalist recording. And his attitude is so ridiculous. Like, nigga, you gave her a fake watch. Like, really? Why answer the phone? You know what she calling for. I would just be like, well, con her and move on. You know she gonna find out the watch is fake. This nigga tells her she gonna pay for this for the rest of her life. When he finds out she was a part of taking, you know, his picture and stuff like that. And child, she say, I am paying. But if I were her, I would not have called about setting him up. I would have just talked about the watch being fake. Because I don't want him to know that I was in on anything. I don't put nothing past crazy people. So after they released this article, right, they actually end up getting contacted by people all over the world. Men, women, married couples that have all been swindled by Simon. And I really wish we could have gotten some of these other stories. I want to know how he was like conning and gaming all these different people. After the article is out, a girl, Eileen, comes across it and she recognizes the man in the article as her boyfriend. And the story from Cecilia and the text messages and stuff were literally everything he said to her verbatim. Like, everything was identical. Simon uses the same exact rules with every woman. He uses the same exact picture of the bodyguard and everything. Child, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I guess it's way easier to keep track of what he doing and saying with people if he doing and saying the same thing. Now, I really felt bad for Eileen. She had been dating Simon for over a year. They had talked about getting married and having kids and building a life together, just for her to find out that it was all a scam. Eileen had given him about $140,000 that he did not pay back. Child, how is these women coming across all this money? I can't get loans like this, my G. Eileen contacts Pernilla and she ends up pretending to be on his side and pretending to believe his story that the article is fake and that is from his enemy. Child, Simon really believed he got enemies, child. Eileen wants to try and get her money back that he owes her. So she works in luxury fashion and knows that his clothes are worth money. So Eileen sets it up where she tells him, let me sell your clothes and get you some money to help you out. So Eileen also sends the police a picture of a credit card Simon is using with a new name. Like, he's going under a new name. Y'all, this nigga goes to a now this tripped me out. This nigga goes to the plastic surgeon trying to change his whole face, like in Smoking Aces or some ish. I thought that was wild. And y'all, what was that movie where the criminal goes to try and change his face, but the surgeon is working with the cops, but the stupid surgeon keep looking at the clock and he gives himself away, like he looking at the clock because the cop's supposed to be coming, and the criminal kill him. Y'all, what is that movie? But y'all, Simon is batshit crazy. I couldn't, like, bro, you really finna go to the plastic surgeon to change your, my nigga. Eileen gets 3 huge suitcases of his clothes, and child, this nigga write her motherfucking love letter. This nigga so disgusting. Eileen is selling his clothes and making money, but of course, it does not add up to everything that she has loaned him. But child, at least she got something, because Cecilia and Pernilla got zip, child. Now, y'all, once Simon gets hip to the fact that Eileen is not sending him the money from selling his clothes, Y'all, he bombards her with tons of messages, and the different personalities in those messages, this man is mother freaking insane. How the heck can you blame these women? This dude is freaking sick in the motherfucking head. I actually have experienced this in real life. Like, listening to the messages he left, child, that was giving me motherfucking flashbacks. And I remember talking to someone who witnessed this as well, and I was like, if I were to try to explain to people how this person switches their personality, literally can go from crying and sad, and it's just like, it looks so real. They can go from crying and sad to evil and angry and cursing you out, and then switch to loving and fun, and it's all so freaking real. I was like, child, nobody will believe me. This the kind of issue you have to really see to understand. I have witnessed people literally change from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. And the different personalities are so extreme. When they are loving and happy, child, it's extreme. And then when they hateful and angry, the issue's extreme. I can understand how these women fell for this man. The smartest person in the room can be manipulated, especially when you're dealing with like master manipulators. Being kind is not just a matter of common sense or intelligence. Situations like this are really complex, and I cannot imagine the toll this took on these women mentally. Now, Simon ends up looking terrible, living in a hostel, and I have no clue why he was still communicating with Eileen. I guess this nigga ain't never done hustling people. He just gonna keep going to the well run dry and just, I don't know. But he was telling her he has a plan, and she sends the information to the police, and he ends up finally getting arrested at the airport. But child, talk about a build up just to be let the hell down. Y'all, I thought this nigga was gonna be sentenced to like 150 years or some ish. Nah, my dude. Nah. Simon got sentenced to 15 months and only served 5. So you can make fake passports and all this ish, and I don't know, y'all. His bodyguard and business partner were never charged with anything. Baby mama wasn't charged with nothing. And right now, Simon is living as a free man, and he is living a wealthy lifestyle again, while all 3 women are still paying off the debt that they racked up over this nigga. But y'all, what really disgusted me is that the nigga is back on Tinder. Why the hell is he not banned from that site? Why the hell is he not banned from every dating site? If it's my site, I wouldn't want him associated with my ish. I don't fault these women. They fell prey to a freaking master. I feel like our society is so obsessed with this notion of you gotta pay for your ignorance, you gotta pay for being naive, you allowed someone to con you, so you gotta take some type of responsibility. This attitude that you feel someone was not smart enough to not fall victim to being swindled, so they deserve what they got, it is so jarring for me. First of all, why do the victims need to pay a steeper price than the perpetrator? Because Simon has not paid in any shape, way, or form. But his victims are paying financially, emotionally, mentally. When you manipulate people, you use powerful psychological tactics, and you target people who are vulnerable. And people who are not mentally strong, who are vulnerable. The lesson learned, the price of the mistake these women made should not have to be this steep. I know someone who committed a felony for a boyfriend when they were younger. 20 years later, they are still paying for having that felony on their record. I remember when I was a teenager and my mama used to tell me, you gonna do stupid stuff. You gonna make mistakes. You just have to hope that you do not make the kind of mistakes that will follow you for the rest of your life. Unfortunately though, these women made the kind of mistakes that are going to follow them for the rest of their life. They have paid a steep price for this lesson learned. But man, this nigga Simon was a motherfucking monster scammer. He was scamming as a damn full-time job. Like, all this nigga did was scam. His job was scamming. His hobby was scamming. Simon was scamming Monday through Friday, rain, sleet, hail, snow, to con this many different people and keep track of this many different itineraries and likes in each woman. I feel like Simon is a really organized and smart con artist. This nigga out here faking passports, faking bank transfer receipts, faking pay stubs. Y'all, scamming all these people at the same damn time. This ain't like work. This nigga is a damn motherfucking professional. How could these women not fall prey when he's choosing certain types of women? Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched until the end. I tried to edit this video the best I could, y'all. I cut so much out, but I just had so many thoughts on this ish, especially when I saw so many women talking about wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. Girl, you done dated a pathological liar before, child. You have dated a manipulating ass man before. I got homegirls who have even given their entire income tax check to their man. This ish happens. This ish happens, child. Okay. If you like my content, please make sure you support my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you will be alerted when I post. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.